Chris, last time we met, we discussed your journey heading up to Alaska. Would you like to start off today with elaborating more on your time with Ronald and how you two parted?
Yeah, so last time I was with Ron, he had asked me if he wanted to adopt me, and I was thrown off by that because I look at my own family and I don't feel a part of that family. So it was just kind of crazy for him to ask that of me. At first, I told him I was not like interested. I kind of like pushed it off to the side, said after I get back from Alaska, I will get back to you. And I have not contacted him since then. So I think about it, but I ultimately come to no.
Yeah, is there, you pause a lot when you talk about connecting your relationship with Ronald and your dad. Is there anything you're hoping to change with either of those relationships moving forward?
Would definitely like to get back into contact with Ron, because I still feel like he has a lot of life to live, and I want to be there for those special moments of his. As for my dad, I don't know. Don't want to talk to him. I feel a little less resistant to talk to my mom or Kareem, but I just feel like my dad is selfish and that he doesn't care about our family because he had a secret family on the side. Didn't, and it all ties back together to think about how him and Alex had their relationship and how he didn't adopt him and just kind of let him live his life. It makes me feel that way, like he abandoned me, like I'm not even part of his family.
Right, yeah, I can understand that connection with Alex too, and the way that he treated both of you. In your journals, you mentioned that you took a lot of notes and were reflecting a lot in your time. Was there anything that those gave you clarity on your relationship with your dad?
Maybe he just realized what kind of man he was and is. Didn't really write about him too much, because I didn't want to think about him. I was there to find myself and reconnect with who I am and who I think I want to be, which is in nature and with just surrounding myself with things that I can use to sustain my living. Things. I just hate it. My family's so obsessed with it. I don't care about these material possessions that they're so obsessed about. Like when in our other sessions, I told you my dad offered to buy me a new car.
Right.
And I loved the car that I had before. It ran just fine, but did it have some rust? Did my dad care about that? Yeah. And my mom, at the dinner, I told you about, she was like, well, it doesn't matter. If he likes the car he has, he can have it. But, so I got some, kind of support from her. But, Kareen didn't really say anything. She just kind of kept quiet. But my dad was very persistent on this, whole image of the family that I just don't care about.
Yeah, and we've talked a lot about that and what capitalism means to you and what society as a whole has meant to you. Is there anything that you're hoping to change within your role in society moving forward? Does this break in your journey help with that?
Yeah, I definitely still think, society is judgmental and controlling and so obsessed with this, image of having a business and being this person who goes to conferences and dinners and wearing suits that are expensive. I don't need expensive clothing to be happy. I don't need this. So makes me think how I could just fit into society. It seems like all of society is trying to go to this image, and you're not fitting into this image, then you're worthless. And as you can see how I'm dressed today, I don't care about fancy clothes and fancy jewelry and fancy cars. So I could maybe see myself going into like a nature reserve type of job.
Yeah, you're mentioning a lot of what you don't need to be happy. Is there anything that you found that you do require that does make you feel really happy or fulfilled?
Definitely being in nature, using my own hands to create things. I find a lot of beauty in that, where I can, you know, make something from scratch with the materials that are already on Earth, rather than polluting the Earth and trying to change everything. It's already good.
Yeah.
Already works, in my opinion.